Oh, the beauty of God. Can you hear the sound and the explanation and look at the beauty? Can you hear me, everyone? If you can hear and see the amazing things, press 1. If you can hear and see, press 1, so that I can make sure that the sound, the picture, and everything has reached you. Can you hear me, everyone? Is everything clear for you? So not only that, but if he goes in like this, if he clicks on the processor, as soon as he presses on the processor, he will get information about the processor. Wow. If he clicks here on the memory, he will get information about the memory. There it is. Here comes the wizard. Here goes the windows. The windows come to him. Oh my, he knows which windows. He is in the picture here. It doesn't show the windows well. It doesn't show any windows. When he clicks here, windows appear for him. These windows are for his device. He connects the follower, connects the screen, connects the sound, connects the out speakers, connects the USB. He knows everything, any windows here. And of course, you can put audio information and information. Here you design the content, and all this information can be put into one slide. I won't overload you, so I'll save and retain. I don't want to overload you on the interaction part, as I can't spend all day on it. So I'll start moving on to something else. I'll start adding a new slide, and I hope the interaction is clear. Now I'll start adding a new slide, and if the interaction is clear, let me know by saying okay to see more. Give me a 1 to move on. What's coming up is role play, role play, role play. This is one of the parts that really enhances interaction between the teacher and the student. I'm going to start adding a new slide, and if the interaction is clear, everyone let me know by saying okay, so we can see something even more beautiful. Give me a 1 to move on. The second doctor says, okay, Dr. Abdullah, excellent. God bless you. So what's the beauty that's coming up, everyone? The beauty that's coming up is something called role play, role play, role play. This is one of the parts that really enhances interaction well between the teacher and the student. To create good interaction between the teacher and the student, as a teacher, you create a dialogue between yourself and the student through role play. I will click on the role play. I'll try to speed up a bit. I will click on the role play, and I will create a dialogue between me and the student. New role play. I'm going to create a dialogue between me and the student. So for example, I came here, clicked here, and stopped here, and I say to him, come on, let's create a new scene. And let's say the teacher is standing here, and the teacher asks the student, what are the components of the computer? The teacher is asking the student a question. So, of course, you can put the teacher's picture here, or you can put teacher's picture here. And if it's all about the teacher, that's fine. And of course, whether he's angry or not, all this motion, is he happy or not, all this is up to you. You have new things like this. Not only that, the background that we go outside the university and the hall and all that, this question can be asked anywhere, you know? He can ask in nature, he can ask in a supermarket, he can ask outside in the street, wherever it is. Okay, it's normal. I mean, all right, I placed the image and set the scene like this, and I arranged everything. I put the professor down and put the world down like this and told him to close like this. Okay, the student. Do you think the student is supposed to say, by God, the components of the decisive factor? He said there are physical components and software components. So he said, my time. I might expect a student to say physical, and I might expect a student to tell you software. And I might expect a student to say physical and software. Sometimes we see this and software. Okay, be careful. If the student says material and the teacher is silent, he must respond to him. The teacher must respond to him. The teacher must respond to him. How is it material? I mean, how is it material, my son? Aren't there programs that can be downloaded on the device? How can you just tell me it's material? Okay. By the way, you can add an image, you can add content, you can change the shape. I mean, there are many things. I'm not trying to explain everything in detail, but I just want to show you, what is this? Answer the word material. If the student answers software, teacher responds by saying, my son, how is it software? How is it software? And where are the devices that the programs run on? Nice. Okay, what would it be if he were the programming student? All right, but what if the smart student said hardware and software? Of course, you can have a dialogue however you want as a teacher. And what will he say to him? Well done. Actually, the computer has hardware and software components. You can add a message for the student based on their answer and place an image for the second part here, and the teacher can reposition it and use a different shape. Let's check this out. He might say, "Doctor, wait a second, there's something I want to tell you. If I'm standing here, we can change the image, and the progress can change color. We can set it to blue. We shouldn't add too much." For hardware, someone might ask, "Can I add sound, Dr. Samia?" Yes, you can add sound. And of course, you can place an image for the second part here, and the teacher can put it in another spot and use a different shape and so on. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this amazing thing. Just look at this wonder. And he might say, "Doctor, wait a second. There's something I want to tell you. If I'm standing here, I might..." For example, let's say we have an image that changes, and here the progress changes color. We can set it to blue, for instance. Of course, you can just do that normally. The important thing is we don't want to add too much to that. Now, regarding the hardware part, someone might say, "Can I add sound, Dr. Samia?" Yes, you can add sound. You can come here and place the sound. You add sound. You place the sound here like this, or I can add sound for everything. So I can record here like this. Here it is. What are the components of a computer? All right. God, by the way, we can make it read it out loud for you. You can that here, yes. What can we do here? And while you're recording the sound, you might cough or something. You can click on the blood money, and you can do this part. For example, there's an empty section in front of him, and his face is empty. You can tell him, "No, I want this part that I recorded." You have something called trim, or the word trim means just this part. It's about how to remove the editing as well. Guys, the program has many hidden features, or you can listen to it. So there won't be any sound before or after it, and you tell him to save and close. Then the student who is responding will click here and say, "What is hardware?" And the student here will click on software, and here, hardware and soft. So if you want to add and do some editing and things like that, or you can listen to it like this. So there won't be any sound before or after it, and you tell him to save and close. Then the student who is responding will click here and say, "What is hardware?" And the student here will click on software. And here, hardware and software. So you wanted to go ahead and do some editing and things like that. All right, now pay attention to something new here. If you don't want to record sound, yes, we know, we've seen this before, Dr. Sami, which is text-to-speech, meaning it can read it out loud for you. All right, read it out loud for you. "Oh, I want girl." Let's put that girl there. "Oh," all right. If you want to put a boy, just click on the second one and change voice to a boy's. For James, all right. "Oh, update." Now, come here too. This is faster. Honestly, this is the fastest thing. Or just ignore it, and here's the fastest thing. Instead of recording sound and all that, honestly, I saved you the trouble. Come on, let's do a review and see how it looks. Let's check how the explanation looks and see what the lesson looks like, and let's see what your scientific content looks like. It's empty, sir. Hello? The teacher asks him to stop the recording and says, "Kuwait, the student is here. What is this?" So the teacher responded to him, "So look here. Okay, do you want to play again? All right, let's see. Let's play again." And another one says to him, "Software." It's indeed a beautiful thing.